Hi everyone! Today is going to be a really exciting day for me because I am starting my budgeting journey. You will not know me. My name is Emily. I am 27 years old. I live in the Netherlands and I am a full-time worker. I only recently got into budgeting and making sure I know where my money is going. That's always been kind of a difficult thing for me to see. I graduated university about 2.5 years ago now, and I still have a huge student loan debt that I really want to get rid of as soon as possible. So what got me into budgeting is I found Dave Ramsey online. I'm sure you all know him. He is most known for his 7 baby steps, which I have started following, but since it's not going the way I wanted to go as fast as I can, I decided to dive a little bit deeper, and then I found zero-based budgeting. So I've been looking on YouTube and TikTok, Instagram, pretty much everywhere to see if I can help my own situation by learning how to zero-base budget. And I am making these videos to hold myself accountable. That's the first. It's always very difficult to keep something going if you don't have something to do it for. I find that I need that extra motivation to keep it going. So I'm really hoping that these videos will help me. Second, I want to see if there are other people in my same situation, and see if I can help them maybe see that this isn't such a bad idea after all. So if you're here, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my first ever video, and let's just get right into it. So what I want to start with is my debt. So I'm going to be honest. I have seen a lot of videos online, mostly from people who live in America who have a very big debt, and relatively compared to that, my debt is kind of small, but still big enough to worry me. So a while ago, I made this little spreadsheet over here to really keep an eye on what my current debt is. And as you can see, there are only 3 numbers here, and I can pay them off every month with no interest. So that's not an issue. The interest is a non-issue for me at the moment. It might be an issue later on because they are thinking of changing the interest for student loans in the Netherlands. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that and make sure that that doesn't apply to me. First thing I have is my credit card. I only use my credit card sometimes and when I'm going to pay off a holiday. So for this, it currently only has 35 euros. That's because I went shopping, I wanted to buy a dress, I didn't have the money at that time, so I put it on my credit card. My credit card is not connected to building up credit. It's actually a really bad thing to have a credit card in the Netherlands because you get it on your record and it makes it harder to buy a house, for example. The second thing on the list is my income tax. I filed it wrong a few years ago, so I have to pay everything back with a fee. So that is 710 euros, which I have currently paid off. 360 euros is currently paid off on that total. And lastly are my student loans. I have a 34,000 euro debt. That is a huge number to me, and I want to get that down as quickly as possible. And for every extra euro I have will go towards paying that off this year. At the beginning of the year, I set a goal for myself to pay off 25% of my student debt, my student loans. That is not by far going to happen this year, but it's still my ambition. It's not December yet. It is currently the end of June. So I'm still going to keep going and see where it takes us, where this journey takes me. So in addition to the debt I currently have, I also paid off a debt last month, which is on this list over here. It says huurtoeslag, which is a renter's extra funding from the government to ensure that you can pay your rent. but it only accounts for certain income brackets, and unfortunately I am over that, so I had to pay back for last year. I've currently paid that off. That was 320 euros, and at the end of May I was able to pay that off fully. As you can see here, I still have 350 euros left to pay on my income taxes, and I currently have saved about 2,000 euros for my student loans, so I have 32,000 still to go. I'm currently not paying my student loans yet. I am saving for it every month. The month that I have to pay is actually December of 2022, but the government is weird that I don't have to pay anything because it is income related how much you have to pay every month. So I'm still not sure how much I'm gonna have to pay, but we'll see when December comes, I guess. So that is my debt total. So I have a total of about 35,000 euros, which I am slowly paying off. I am debt snowballing this. As you can see, I got this tracker from the Budget Mom. I honestly love her videos, and she is such an inspiration. So as you can see, for June, I currently have the 2 debts to tackle, and I want to see if I can really make a dent into that income tax one. So for the month of June, I made a starting budget for myself. It says here monthly budget made for June. I get paid at the end of every month on the 25th, which is actually today, but it's also a weekend, so I'm not getting my pay until Monday. But I made a total list for myself of what I have for income and what goes out. This tracker is also by the Budget Mom, and as you can see, not everything is filled out yet because the month isn't over yet, but I wanted to show you guys how I filled out my tracker. So for my income, I only have one solid income, and I get some additional money from my parents and my grandparents, which is super nice. So my paycheck for May was 3,379 euros and 37 cents. That seems like a lot. Well, that seems like probably not that much for if there are any Americans watching. I've seen some income of people, and they're like, yeah, my monthly income is $8,000, and I'm like, $8,000? That's ridiculously high for European standards, right? So my normal pay is actually lower than this, but in May we actually get our holiday funds. The entire year you will save a chunk of your paycheck with your employer, and you will get that money paid out in May. So this is included in that. My normal pay would be about 2,200 euros. So it's about 1.5 pay, right? So I was able to pay off more things this month than I probably will be for June. So in addition to that, I get my parents and my grandparents, who are very kindly to send me 100 euros total every month. And this is the start amount that I started the month with. You will also see some numbers here in red. That is actually, the 5 euros is what I got as a payout in the lottery this month. And the 54 euros is what I sold on Vinted, because I'm selling some of my stuff. So for my fixed expenses, every month I am trying to pay off the remainder of the current month and the entirety of the next month of my fixed expenses. So that includes my rent, because I don't own a home. I am currently renting a house, but my rent money includes my internet, my gas, my lighting, my everything. Everything is included in my rent. So that is very positive, because electricity has gone way up and gas has gone way up here in the Netherlands because of the war in Ukraine. So my rent has not gone up that much at all, so I'm very lucky in that aspect. It also includes my streaming services, what else does it include? My city taxes, my car insurance, my home insurance. It includes everything that I have to pay for that month that is considered bills, right? So that's that. I also added the rest as fixed expenses, but as the month progressed, I realized that those actually belong in variable expenses. So I moved them virtually over here. Oh, this is actually wrong already. Let me just correct that. Whoop. I don't have that left. So the variable expenses that I wrote down here are my groceries, which I saved 270 euros for, gifts, beauty, sport, which is my boxing. I box 4 times a week, so that is pretty much that bill. Um, Eating out money, and gas or car expenses. So those are actually moved over here, and this also says money that I saved for a bachelorette party that a friend of mine is having tomorrow, actually, and a outfit for her wedding, which is in August. In addition to shopping, I included shopping later because I did shop, but I had no budget for it. So this is going to be very red at the end of the month. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So everything that I had to spend money on, I added to debt, which is it's not all debt, right? So I purchased something which should have been in shopping, but I paid it in May, so I added it as debt. I had 2 Klarna payments. I had to pay my parents back for something. I had to pay my public transport, my parking. I went on holiday, well, a few days away with a friend, so I had to pay for that. And the rest are my actual debt. So the last 4 over here are actual debt. Lastly, my save. I only had the baby steps included in it because I had to open up my emergency savings for something, and I'm currently paying that back. So I still have 150 euros to go, which is going to go in my June budget. But this was what I was able to save for my May budget. So I already added vacation as well. I spelled that wrong. It says vacation. I spelled that wrong. Don't look at that, right? So I added vacation afterwards because I didn't budget anything for it. So I'm going to add a 0 over here. I didn't budget anything for it, but I was able to save some of that Vinted money to a savings account for my vacation specifically. I'm going on 2 vacations this year. The first one is in August. I'm going to London with my mom for a few days, and then in September I'm going to Ibiza with my best friend for 5, and we're probably just going to spend a lot of money there, so I really need to save for that. So that was my budget for May. Later, probably the first week of June, I'm going to go over this again and see how much changes I had and where I need to stretch my budget a little bit more. I already know one thing that is going to go way over, and that's eating out. I may have forgotten that I had a festival the first weekend of June, so I spent my entire budget on that festival. But I also had dinner plans planned out. We're going to a concert that I had to buy food for, so that's going to go way over. I already saw in my little binder over here that I would have been in budget had it not been for that festival. So I spent my entire budget at that festival, and that it was just ridiculous. But let's move over to my sinking funds, I guess. These are the funds that I'm going to be tracking. I also have the Google spreadsheet for that, but I will show you guys. So I always have a hard time distinguishing between what is a sinking fund and what is cash envelopes. So pretty much everything that I have in here is cash envelopes, even though it's not a cash envelope binder, and you will see why. So this is actually a photo album that I bought. It's the only thing I could find over here, and I didn't want to spend 30 euros on something that I might not be going through with. So I wanted to test the waters a little bit before I actually decided to buy a cash envelope file thing. Also important to note is that it's very difficult to get specific cash bills here. I can go to the ATM and get my bills if I wanted to, but I can only get so much, and I can only get 20 or 50 euro bills. So that's not really ideal for me. So I do my tracking digitally. We have a very good online banking system in the Netherlands, and I'm so lucky to be here with that system. I wanted to try the cash budgeting, but every time you can withdraw money easily, but every time you deposit money, you have to pay a fee. So the first 2 times that you deposit money are free, but every time after that, it costs you a percentage of what you're going to deposit. And I'm too frugal, I guess. Is that frugal? To pay that fee every time. So I rarely have cash on me. I pay everything digitally, but keeping it in this little file here really keeps my eye on things and how much I still have left over. So these are my cash envelopes, figuratively speaking. I have shopping right over here. I gave it a budget of 30 euros a month, but I'm going to adjust that. That was before I had done anything, and I'm already seeing that I am nearly 140 euros out because I saved 140 euros for the wedding outfit, and I only used 60 euros of that, but I also retracted the other amounts from that total, which I shouldn't have done, but you know, what you're gonna do about it. So I have shopping, I have my groceries, my beauty, gifts, eating out, activities, and gas. This is my car payments gas thing that I was talking about. This includes both my scooter that I have and my car. So gas has gone up in price. It is currently €2.50 per liter, which is ridiculous if you ask me. A year ago we were paying €1.80, so it's gone up 70 cents a liter, which is absolutely insane. If I'm filling up my car, I'm now spending 80 euros instead of the 50 that I used to spend. So that is absolutely insane. In addition, I also have 3 savings trackers over here. I'm thinking of changing those because I kind of want to do smaller increments. I'm going to Florida next year, so I want to save 3,000 euros for that. I want to buy a home, which I have to save 20,000 euros for, and I have my student loans over here. But those, I'm thinking of changing those out. So that is my little cash envelope binder thing that I have over here. I also have my sinking funds that I keep in this tracker by the Budget Mom. I'm going to zoom in over here and show you guys what I'm going to save money for every month. So as I told you, I'm going on 2 holidays. Let me just do that. I'm going on 2 holidays this year, one to Ibiza and one to London. And I want to save 800 and 600 euros for both of them. I've currently saved 59 euros for the London trip because that is coming up first. And I will roll over any amount that I have left after the trip. So currently I have to save 270 euros per month for each of them, I see, which I'm not going to do. So this is just to keep myself accountable for that. Then I have a Florida vacation next spring. So I'm saving up 3,000 euros for that. We already have spent the amount on the plane ticket, so that is not included in this price. My plane ticket for my Ibiza holidays also already been paid, but it is included in this money. So there's a difference there. I technically have already spent 300 euros for this, so that 300 euros has already been saved. Up next, I have some home decoration things that I want to add. So I want some new bedding and new towels for my bathroom. So I want some new bedding for my bedroom and towels for my bathroom, which I just saved. I want to save 100 and 150 euros for. I also have a new mattress over here, which is going to be 1,500 euros probably. Mattresses are super expensive. I also want a new closet and a new table. So those are just some small things that I want to change in my house. It's probably going to be a general household sinking fund, and then once I have enough for one, I will just write that off and then go on to the next one. I also need new glasses because I'm a glasses wearer all the time and mine have scratched, so I need to buy some new ones. They are probably going to get me down 200 euros. And yeah, it's something I need to do, but it's not. I can look around the scratches. I mean, it's getting bad, but it's not my top priority right now. Just slow and steady wins the race, right? Next, I want some new hair products. I've decided to try out Moroccan oil, so that's gonna set me back 200 euros. I also want to buy a new coat. This is a ridiculous amount, but I really like this coat, and I'm gonna see if it's worth that money. It's probably not gonna be that coat that I buy, but I did add it just to be sure. And I want to start a company with my friends, so I added a little dream goal over here to start a book cafe with an amount of money that is insane in my eyes. So those are my sinking funds, saving things. Usually people have like Christmas or holiday things. We're not really that into Christmas, my parents and I. So we don't really do much for Christmas. I'm probably going to include Christmas gifts in the gifts spending thing tracker, just to keep my eye on it, but it's not something that I have to save for every month. I can just do that at the end of the month. So that is it for my first video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was my little debt confession, I guess, and show you guys how I've set up my sinking funds, bill trackers, and my cash envelopes. I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to like it, leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you want to see more. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!